All right, guys. So welcome back. So today we'll be looking at sacrifice, and here I put in the quote of Larry Flint, where he said, "The only question to ask yourself is how much are you willing to sacrifice to achieve this success." So let's rephrase this: How much are you willing to sacrifice to become an A student? How much? So becoming an A student isn't a day's job. You need to sacrifice so much. You need to sacrifice pleasure. You need to sacrifice friendship. You need to sacrifice visitation of friends. Personally, I had to sacrifice a lot. I only visited home when examinations are just a week away. I remember my friends telling me that I don't like home. Man, I love home. Many people don't know, when I go home, they pamper me so much. It's even one of the reasons I don't like going home. Right? Because they see me as a child at home. Sort of. Right? Starting from what they call me Bobo at home. Okay. So that makes me even think I start acting like a child, waiting for them to do stuff. But when I'm in school, man, I know I'm on only you. So because of this, I wasn't going home too often. So something happened. Let me share with you guys something about the sacrifice of the thing. So then in my school, you'd see your excuse me first semester exam results. You don't usually see them while at home, but your second semester result, you see them while at home. So first semester result comes out when second semester has started. So you guys are still in school, working on second semester, probably writing test, and you hear that the exam officer has posted result, and you go to the board to check, or you go to the website. excuse me excuse me so but for second semester result, you see them while at home, right? Second semester breaks are usually longer because of Christmas and New Year and all of that. So we were at home then, and my 100 level second semester result came out, and I had dropped massively. I had dropped from a 4.68 and I went to a 4.17. When I saw my result, I called my dad and my mom. I spoke to them. I told my dad, I'm not going to return to this house until I work on my result for the next 1 year. I'm going to be in school. And that was it. I didn't visit home for 1 year. I was in school. I did that semester. I did holiday. I missed so much. Now I have elder sisters, and my elder sisters got married. Lots of celebrations then. My dad bought a new car. One of my sisters, they opened their new family house. So many good news, amazing things, but I missed all of those. Why? Because I knew I needed to sacrifice something for my ego. I knew. So I don't know the level you're in now while seeing this. I don't know the time you're listening to this, but this was my story. I left home. Then I went to school. I did Christmas in my room. Are you hearing me? I celebrated my birthday alone. My birthday is on January 2nd, and I celebrated my birthday alone. I did Christmas alone, New Year alone, my birthday alone. Can you sacrifice all of these? So you need to be able to sacrifice. And these things aren't much of a big deal, is it? That you celebrate your birthday alone? Not a big deal. That you celebrate Christmas alone. Is it a big deal? It just depends on your perception. What can you give for your goals? Right. So a young man will go to great lengths to get a girl to love him, to like him, and probably even, go the extra mile to do stuff. But what would you do for your egos? To what extent would you travel? To what degree would you push yourself? There are pleasures you need to give. I've shared with you how much I give up pleasures and visitations, right? Friendship also. Excuse me. You need to choose your friends carefully. Yeah, you need to choose your friends carefully. Excuse me. Don't know why this is happening. So we've talked about, if you flock around 5 students, you become the sixth. So you need to give up relationships that are not in line with your egos. Remember, I talked about if you want to even befriend a lady or a young man, it has to be that he too has this goal. because you know now that you don't want the person feeling as though you don't care for the person, even though you do, but because of your goals at the moment, and the person doesn't understand what it means to work this hard for this or to sacrifice this much for this, the person sees it as a problem, right? So friendship matters. So you need to check. There are things you have to sacrifice. Okay. So let's look at this next slide here. So yes, yes. So I wore very few clothing back then in school. My God, you know, another thing was folks thought I was from a very poor family, like, and you know, but I wasn't poor. I knew what I wanted, and I was going to sacrifice anything for that, man. When I'm making this now and I'm remembering my university days, it was fun. It was fun. The late nights with mosquitoes, where I was always carrying my bag, and I was the financial secretary of the NFCS then. So I was always in bag. My meal was in my bag. My toothbrush, toothpaste. I had all of these in my bag. I was very slim, very, very slim. I skipped lots of meals. I spent nights in class studying alone, you know. Why you undergoing all these sacrifices? Spent towards end, towards benefits. Why do you want to sacrifice as much as possible? You want to sacrifice so much. You want to sacrifice so much for this. Right? You want to sacrifice for this. See, although I was sacrificing, let me tell you something. I'm showing you this result now. So this is my 100 level result. I don't know why it's not very clear. I don't know what to do to make it clearer, but maybe while you're seeing this video, you pause. Okay, you pause. So this was my first semester 100 level. I made 4.68. And then I told you guys I greatly dropped to 4.18. 4.18. Okay. So it's really affected me, and I told my dad I wasn't going to come. What am I doing? And I told my dad I wasn't going to come back home for the next 1 year. Right. So guys, that's just how. Why did I do all this? I wore very few clothing back then. I spent late nights alone, you know, in classes, studying, skip lots of meals. Why? Just for this. I can't tell you how. See, one of the reasons also, when you are trying to gain scholarship abroad, you go to Education USA. Education USA takes good care of you. They take very good care of you. They're going to pay your flight ticket. They're going to do this. My roommate now is outside the country, and he traveled last 2 months. I'm making this in September. My roommate traveled in July. He's in the United States now. My roommate, in 400 level. Right? You're doing this for this. See, even if you had a 4.99 and someone who had a 4.51, they will still write first class. They would not write your grade here. Nobody will write your grade. So you need to know that this is just what they will write for you, first class, and that is all. So you want to do all you can. Do all you can. Nobody will write. See, I am the person I got 4.56. And the person, whoever got 5.0, 4.99, at the same first class, they will write for us. And do you know the worst? Let me tell you, from 3.50 to 4.49 is a second class upper. 3.50 to 4.49 is a second class upper. So you want to make sure that you're in that 4.5 something. Because nobody will write the point out. Nobody will write it out for you, for them to see, oh, this person really tried. This person got 4.49. Why did they not just give this person 0.01 for the person to make a lie? Work hard. Pay the price. Sacrifice so that I do. This thing, if I tell you where this thing don't carry me, enter. Work hard and ensure you get this. Yes, you are doing all of these for this grade, guys. You're sacrificing all of these. You're doing all of these for this grade. All of these. Okay. Wore out very few clothing, kept a very small circle. It was a triangular movement for me from classes and library to church and then to my room. It was just like this, Classes, library. I seldom visited the house. I shared with you. I would only visit the house when we were close to writing exams and all of these, man. But it was good. It was good. It was great. When you go somewhere and people know you're a first class graduate, they give you reps. There's this respect. And if you see, man, if you check my grades, I wasn't out to really do so much. If you check 71, 72, 76, there was a time when I started pushing for making higher grades. I just put this result here. There are times when I was pushing to make higher grades, but for, most of the time, all you need to do is just to make 70, 71. And I'll also share that with you in the next chapter. So, answer these questions. What would you sacrifice for your goals? Mention 3 things you would sacrifice to become an A student. Identify people, friends that you would sacrifice. Cut off to. Decide today that you would sacrifice for your A goals. Right? Decide that you would sacrifice for your A goals. Now, wrap up of sacrifice. It was Robert Kiyosaki who said, success takes an investment in time, dedication, and sacrifice. We've looked at what sacrifice is. Let's now look at how to make this sacrifice. Alright, guys, so man, you need to sacrifice. Remember, this is the end goal. This is it. Our first class will be written on your statement of results. This is the main goal, okay? Alright, guys, so that's it. So stop this video here now, and then in the next video we'll be looking at the one I developed and I love so much, and I would share with you how it really works and plays out.